they have a very good running back as well, that I think is a really good player, and Davis, and he's a good player.
Is it confusing at times for you? I mean, you guys, I know it's not simple math. You add more offensive pieces this season, and you're still not able to get the ball down the field like you guys wanted to. Is it kind of confusing to you to see you guys not be able to execute that with more?
Yeah, and we really did push. We tried to push it. I think you saw some of the throws even today went down the field, but also some of the calls that you didn't see the ball going down. We were trying to. We were trying to push it down the field today. Give them credit. They took some things away. We missed some, protection, you name it. But yeah, I think we all want to see the ball pushed down the field a little bit. And we had some of the strikes, some of the play action again were good, and then we get down there and kind of fizzle out.
It was 2 for 10 in the second half. Just how do you assess his play at this point? I know he's feeling it a lot, but
Yeah, again, it's not just Will. I mean, it's hard for me to say that right now until I look at the film and see, what we're doing around him, what kind of position we're putting him in to be successful, how players are playing around him. I'm sure he's frustrated. He's a great player. That's, not, we're not playing very well, and we're not supporting him at times, and there's times when he's not perfect as well. None of us are immune to this, and he's a big boy. He'll respond. He'll bounce back.
The first drive, maybe on had 38 yards. The first touchdown drive, come back at 30 yards. But from that point on, it seemed like inconsistent. He got bogged down.
Yeah, I think he made a couple tough catches early too, and it was nice to see him get some touches and get some good plays. And when again it comes down to when you're getting 54 plays, nobody's getting enough touches. And so just got to piece it together better.
You mentioned intensity, and obviously Vanderbilt very hungry to break that conference losing streak. Your coaches say sometimes the other team just wanted it more. Was that a factor today, you think?
I don't know. I think again you give them credit, and you understand. I mean, again, I've been there. I've been where he's at, and I know how hard they work to get to that point. And so that's a good moment for them. It's hard for me to put my finger on exactly what it is, and it wouldn't be fair to just say any one thing.
Mark, to go back to Will for a minute, he's taken so much punishment. He's just been hit so much. You think that has just started to impact him in the pocket?
I don't know. I don't know. I think there's times when you used to see him pull it down and run when he had to, and the confidence in that run and running ability, and he's not been as effective out of timing, and that could be for a variety of reasons.
You mentioned it's been a tough year. At the start of the year, you had a team that deserved the high expectations. A lot of talent on this team. Are you surprised that the season has turned out the way it has and it hasn't resulted in the win week one?
Disappointed. Disappointed with the way things have gone. I think everybody is. Each year, each team, you have to go earn it. You have to go prove it. I know that. We talk about that all the time. There's a fine line there, and for whatever reason, I'm not getting it done with this team. And getting them in a position to be successful.
Mark, when you look at it, how killer was it to have the 2 first half turnovers and only get 3 points out of that?
I think it was very tough to get it 3 times inside the red zone, if I'm not mistaken, or the high red, or inside the red, and I think we got 6. So that's very frustrating.
Mark, your team that we do, how do you feel they will back bounce as far as energy and intensity goes? It's still all left on the table.
I have no reason to believe they won't. I think that locker room in there was, there's a lot of guys hurting in there, and emotions run deep. It's disappointing for everybody, and it's different. Let's just be honest. It's just different now with the way, with the portal and just different things. It's different. So you have to continue to grind and build, you know, your culture, your team, your mentality, and you know, I'm not doing a good enough job with it right now. And I told the team that, you know, and I can't ask them to, you know, before they blame or talk, you know, amongst groups and things like that, to take a good look at themselves and make sure they're doing things. I mean, I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't do that myself and the staff. And so we all have to do that. And, you know, it starts with you individually, and then collectively, we gotta find some answers.
Mark, before you even got banged up, Will, Rich was pretty open that he didn't want to use a lot of design quarterback run this year. Why did you all take that out of the offense? Because it was so effective at times with him.
Yeah, I don't think we would have just said we're not using it at all. I don't think anybody ever said that, you know what I mean? Maybe not as much, or it wasn't in his system, but, no, I think he would tell you that there were some times when we would sure like to have that if he was at full strength and all that, yeah.
Okay, folks, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.